Hey, it's Trip here from the 87th. This video is about strafing in BMS 4.33. Information current as of update 1. And the information on the range is found in the docs folder under your BMS directory. There's a diagram in there that has the particulars for the range operation. Korea Tactical Air Range is what KOTAR stands for. They have a UHF frequency, a common frequency for everybody operating in the range area. It's 306.8. I have that tuned up. Basically what they want you to do is run in from north to south, or on a heading within 40 degrees of south for your run in. So the orientation of the pattern is north to south. When you come off the target, the terrain to the west side of KOTAR is lower than it is to the east side, so make a right-hand rectangular pattern to give order over at the range. You may not be the only aircraft operating there. Another good idea is to only have one aircraft run in at a time on the targets. So it wouldn't be good for one person to be coming off a strafing run at a couple hundred feet above the ground and have a 2,000-pound bomb explode in his face because somebody dropped it from high altitude. So one at a time is a good rule. There's a turning safe escape maneuver that is good to follow, just as if you were actually on a strafing run against an enemy target with people shooting back at you. You want to make yourself not an easy target for ground fire. So when you turn off the target, when you pull off the target, basically what you're doing is you're pulling up 5 G's within about 2 seconds, and then you're rolling into a steep bank, 60, 80 degrees of bank, and you're pulling those 5 G's or so for at least 60 degrees of heading change, and just churning and burning in that respect to make yourself hard to hit. And in addition to those items, I add chaff and flare when I come into the target, and then when I'm pulling off the target, more chaff and flare. I'll go to the air-to-air mode because I'm finished with air-to-ground, and maybe request a picture from AWACS just to see what's going on upstairs. Alright, so let's start the airplane rolling here. We'll come off freeze, and I can see KOTAR over to the right there. I'm going to come in at about a 10-degree angle to the ground. I was practicing that the other day and it felt pretty comfortable. So I'm going to go to air-to-ground mode. OSB1 on the right MFD is where you switch to the gun mode. I've got 420 rounds of 20 millimeter left, so that's plenty for what we're going to do here. Just going to make a couple passes. I'm going to pull the HSD back up so I can see my wingman, if I had any, on the HSD, and have some orientation as to where they are. Alright, so I'm going to maintain level flight here, or pretty much level flight, until I pull that 10-degree pitch line on the pitch ladder, this indication here. When I get that up to where the strafing targets are, then I'll push the nose over and put the flight path marker on 10 degrees, and that'll give me a 10-degree down angle. You know what, I'm probably lined up here on the wrong line. It's probably more over this way. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to get the track IR going here, so there we go. Alright, so now I'm looking pretty good here. I'm going to start my run. I got about 10 degrees nose down, it looks like. I'll know here in just a second. It may be more in real life, I don't know, but that's what I've been using. Mongo 1 in high. No, it's a little bit high, so I'm going to pull that pitch line down to the beginning of the targets. Yeah, right in there. Alright, now I'll come back up on the target. There we go. So the flight path marker's on 10 degrees, and I'm aiming right at the target. The range cue is going to come into view right there at 12,000 feet slant range. I'm going to wait till it gets to about 6,000 feet, and then start firing. And I'm off. Mongo 1 off. Alright, just trying to make myself a hard target. Go ask AWACS for a picture, and then turn to that right downwind heading. Alright, back into air to ground. Take a check on where my wingmen are, if they're out here. And let's see where we are here in relation to the range. Okay, we're on the right downwind, 7,000 feet. We won't have to go out to the north here too far to get that 10 degree pitch down angle. That felt real comfortable. It wasn't dragging it in over the ground, and it wasn't too steep. I think 10 degrees felt pretty good. So I'm going to try that again. Alright, so yeah, the range queue opens up at 12,000 feet. This is 9, this is 6. I'm not sure what the little small mill dot here is on the reticle. If anybody knows, maybe give me a note in the bottom down here and tell me what that mark is. It may be a stop, or a foul line or a stop firing cue. I'm not sure, but for now I'm going to stop firing at 3,000 feet and start firing at 6,000 feet. So on a base leg, I'm looking over here. It's looking pretty good. I look low, so I'm gonna have to hold this altitude for a while until I get that 10 degree pitch down that I'm looking for. Overshot just a little bit. Can correct nicely though. Alright, lots of speed. Mongo 1 in hot. Alright, I got to hold level flight and pull that 10 degree line up. It's coming up. Now it looks like it's going to intercept the first target. A little chaff and flare here. Alright. Put the flight path marker on the 10 degree line. The pipper is about on the 10 degree line. Lots of speed. Looking for 6,000 foot slant range. Got a target. Firing. Alright. Mongo 1 off. Lots of G's. Make yourself hard to hit. Air to air. AWACS. Alright, that's a good thing. Picture's clear. Alright, so there's a couple of runs on the target at Kotar. I hope you got something out of this, and trip out.